Well, if you are a fan of Persian popular music, you will likely have heard the voice of my featured guest today. He's one of the most prolific, well-known, respected musicians inside and outside of Iran these days. Take a listen to this.
همه میگن که تو رفتی، همه میگن که تو نیستی، همه میگن که دوباره دل تنگمو شکستی. دروغه چجوری دلت میومد منو اینجوری ببینی، با ستاره ها چه نزدیک منو تو دوری ببینی. همه گفتن که تو رفتی ولی گفتم که دروغه دروغه دروغه.
Little taste of the song Duruqe from 2011, a composition and recording from the creative well and talents of our featured guest today, Mazyar Fallahi. Mazyar is a singer, songwriter, composer, guitarist, piano player, recognized especially for his very moving love songs. Mazyar was born and raised in Tehran. He started his first guitar lessons at the age of 15. He gained public recognition for singing and writing the film score for a movie called Majnoon Layli in 2006. After that, Mazyar worked on several TV series and movies, such as Wishbone and Qalb-e-Yahi, the latter of which led to the first album that we just heard the song Duruqe from. Mazyar left Iran after it became too difficult to pursue his music career there, and he made Ukraine home for a while, but then was forced to leave there because of the war that began with Russia last year. Mazyar now lives in Germany these days. He's been very outspoken from the beginning of the uprising, showing his solidarity with those fighting for the cause of freedom in Iran, and has made it his mission to produce music related to the revolution until change comes to Iran. He's currently performing shows in North America, but first, right now, Mazyar Fallahi joins me in the Roqe Studio. Hello, sir.
Hello, thank you for inviting me here. So before that, I must apologize for my English because I learned English in my school and many years ago, but I'm trying to speak English here, and this is my honor. I'm here. Thank you for inviting me. I'm very happy.
Well, first of all, it's my honor to have you
Thank
here
you
in the
very
studio,
much.
and this is your first ever interview in English, right?
Yes, sure.
خیلی به افتخار ما. Thank you so much. I mean, that is amazing. And by the way, your English is great.
I don't know. This is the first time I'm speaking English and English interview, but I'm trying to speak English. But if it was there's the problem here, we can change it to Farsi.
No problem. You can slip into Farsi anytime.
Okay,
but
thank you.
Trust me, we've had much worse on the show than you.
So let's have a little Farsi. I must say to Iranian people.
Yes.
نوروز رو تبریک میگم به همه ایرانیان هر جای دنیا که هستن. براشون آرزوی سالی پر از عشق و آرامش و صلح دارم به امید روزهای آزادی. ایرانی آباد آزاد. امیدوارم که امسال سال خوبی برای باشه.
Beautiful. By the way, listening to your voice on the microphone is interesting because it's a lower timbre than the voice we hear when you're singing.
It's different.
It is different.
So
it sounds like the same guy, but when you're singing, you're up here.
Yes, I use. We have three parts. We have high notes and middle notes, and low. I have a good middle voice, but I usually use high note. It's a kind of style for me.
Someone like Michael Jackson, he had the high voice, but when he spoke, he had the high voice too.
Yes.
No. That's not your actually speaking.
No.
Voice.
My voice. I have bass notes, but I usually it's my style to use because the people love songs. It's better to have in high notes.
And is that right? That's kind of a Persian thing. I don't think that's always true that people like the high notes in other. I mean, if you think of someone like Leonard Cohen, people like the bottom, the bass of his voice.
Before the revolution, many years ago, the people loved the bass notes in low level, like Dariush, great Dariush, and after that, in I think 10 years ago or maybe near 20 years ago, it changed to another songs.
Yes.
like Shadmer.
If I think of all Persian pop, it's kind of a higher.
Yes, it changed.
Even the more alternatives, Siavash Ghomeshi is higher kind of register stuff a lot of the time.
I think Siavash Ghomeshi have a very bass level notes.
But not when he's singing. Sometimes it's got that
Yes,
mid-rangey, high
well,
mid-rangey.
because he's professional. I love it because I'm fan of Siavash Ghomeshi.
You know, he's my family.
Yeah.
My
So yes, you're
Ghomeshi
your
is my
family.
uncle, my dad's cousin. Siavash Ghomeshi.
So I love you much more.
Whoa!
Before.
You didn't love me before, but now,
It's like,
now
well,
that you find out,
really, he's. I think he was my teacher when I was in Iran. I was listening to his music, and I was looking at the chords, and he was like a teacher to me. And I learned so many music from him. And after that, I start to learning classic music and change my style. But I choose love songs.
Because you are the master of love songs.
Thank you very
You're a
much.
master
Thank
of. But I mean, I've got so much to ask you about your story and everything. But while we're still talking about the high singing, you know, it is something of a liability. It's a difficult thing to do as you get older. You know, your voice, you know, the famous stories like Sting from the Police, they have to do the songs now a quarter note or a whole note down, like a tone or two down because he can't hit the high notes as he gets older. I hope that doesn't happen to you.
No.
You're still a young man, but when you get older,
I'll after the concert it changed because in live you use your voice, and I think after 1,000 concerts, my voice changed a little. But in a studio, I can do it high notes very well.
Like when you're 75, are you going to be able to still sing Duruqe in that key?
I think yes, I can.
You will.
Yes.
Confident.
If you don't drink alcohol, it will be good.
And you don't?
I promise you.
Do you drink alcohol?
Sometimes, but it's not good for singer.
No.
Really, it's not good. So I try to never drink alcohol because it's not good for. I don't know what's hanjare in English.
You want to protect your voice.
Yeah.
It's funny, you know. There's a lot of different rules around this. There's some people who seem to have be able to sing, you know, I mean, there's a Canadian singer named Bryan Adams, and he always sings with he sings like this, and I wonder how he doesn't lose his voice, but he doesn't. And I don't even think he doesn't seem to even have any rituals to save his voice. On the other hand, there's someone like Celine Dion, and you know, Celine Dion famously doesn't talk during the day. She's always protecting the voice. If she doesn't have to talk, she doesn't talk, especially on
because singing
show
is a very
days.
hard job. Really, it's very hard.
And that you seem to be in. So you're in that camp that you have to always be careful.
I never smoke because I have so many problems with cigarettes. So if someone smokes cigarette in a room, so I must quit the room.
Right.
Because it's not good for
really
me.
Not good. Yeah.
Alcohol and cigarette is really.
So you just do a lot of cocaine instead.
No, never. The cocaine is much more worse than.
I'm kidding.
I'm telling all the singers, it really is cocaine, alcohol, and cigarette.
The worst.
It's
Absolutely.
It's not good for
you know, there's a romance, especially in rock and roll music. There's a romantic idea that if you're drinking and you're smoking, you become somehow you're a cooler musician somehow. There's this thought that in order to be like the Rolling Stones or something, you have to be drinking and smoking. But it's actually not great for you, especially if you're a singer, right?
So I have advice to young singers. If you want to be a good singer, never drink alcohol, never smoke, never cocaine, nothing. حتما از مواد مخدر دوری بکنید. هر چیزی که دود داره مستقیما روی سیستم تنفسی و تارهای صوتی شما اثر میذاره. بنابراین اگر میخواید خواننده موفق و خوبی باشید، هیچ وقت
فسنجون چی؟ فسنجون میتونه بخوری؟
فسنجون, yes, but it's not good because it has گردو.
آره.
گردو is not good for voice.
Oh, I mean, so what's left? What are you allowed to eat?
Salt, pepper is not good, and so fast food is not good. Smoke is not good. Nothing. So if you're a good singer, so you must be a good person.
You're a very good person. Let me ask you: when you hear that song, Duruqe, something like that, and somebody who is, in the beginning I called you prolific, which of course means that you always seem to have a lot of output. You've worked on so many albums and movies and TV series. You seem to have a facility for writing. So you're not someone like, and I say this with respect, but someone like Farmaz Aslani, in 40 years he put out 5 records, and he himself says, I don't write a lot of songs. You know, I once in a while one comes to me. You're the opposite of that. Lots of songs. In that context, with a song like Duruqe, do you still like it, or do you think, oh, no, I've heard this song a million times, why are they playing this song?
Yeah, you know, for me, all the singers or all the artists said the songs are like my children or something like that. But, you know, I have good memories with the songs, so I love them. I write, the first time I wrote this song for my father. I've lost my father 30 years ago in an accident. So I love this song. Every time I sing it, I'm thinking about my father.
Still?
Yes, still.
So even if the song is from, in that case, it would be from 20, it's over 10 years, it's 12, 13 years old, that song. But you don't get tired of it?
No, never. I love it.
And are you that way about all of your music?
Not all of that, but some of that really. Sometimes when I'm alone in home, I start to singing the old songs, my songs.
Are you hard on yourself, Mazyar? Do you when you listen to your old music, when you listen to a song like that recording that's from a few years ago, do you hear the problems? Do you go, oh, I could have done this better, or you're okay?
No. I must tell it in Farsi. من هیچ وقت چیزی رو منتشر نمی‌کنم که ازش پشیمون بشم.
Really?
اگر قرار باشه ازش پشیمون بشم،
خیلی سخته to have this rule. You know, you can't.
For me, the right decision is the decision that you do it. So it's right for me.
Beautiful. I love your philosophy so far.
Thank you.
I want to ask you about your story. And as I say, it's such an honor to be able to do this in English because you haven't done it before anywhere. Yeah. But let me first ask, because we must talk about what's really been the priority for us in recent months is the situation in Iran. And there's been so much hope and excitement that there could be change, and seeing the brave young women and men in Iran, and at the same time so much sadness and so much heartbreak and so much difficulty. What have the last 6 months been like for you?
So before that, I had very bad days, very sad days when I came from crying for me and for my family. It was very bad days. Really, I was very sad. I was in a very bad mood, depression. And at that days, but what happened in Iran, it changed me. It was the very bad days for my people in Iran. And so I decided to write a music for them, because I'm a singer, so I must read for them and I must sing for them. So I tried, but I couldn't write anything. I was very angry, I was very sad. So I stopped watching the news to think about the words. I want to write lyrics, but I couldn't, because it was a sad situation. It was a very bad situation. The people, they were dying, and they were killing the people, the children. So I stopped. After 1 week, my friends say, what are you doing? You didn't anything for the people. You didn't sing anything. I said, I can't. Because it's very bad for me. It's very bad situation for me. I can't do anything. I can think, I can write.
راستش بگم بابک امینی هم اینجا بود مثلا a month ago or 2 months ago, and Babak was saying he couldn't, first time in his life that for a little while he stopped playing. حوصله‌اش نداشت. He was watching these kids die, and he actually couldn't even pick up his guitar for a while. Now he's doing it.
I can understand him, because I prefer to write in Instagram about the people, about the revolution, about what's happening in Iran. Not a love song. It wasn't good for me. It wasn't enough, I think. But my friend told me, you must do something. So I turned off the TV, and didn't write in Instagram, and I just think about writing about a poem. So I released a music. The name was Kasam Beto. The story was about, I saw a short video about, it was a Kurdish man, یه مرد کرد, said, I'm saying Farsi, he said, ما هر موقع میخوایم قسم بخوریم بالاترین قسممون به گیسوی مادرمونه. So I started writing, it was great. قسم به تار موی تو, قسم به آبروی تو, and I write this one, من از تو دست نمیکشم یه لحظه پس نمیکشم. And I write this song, and when I released that, my friend Khashayar, Casey Bondar, he's living, Casey, I called him, Casey, I don't have any equipment, I don't have a studio in Germany because I came from Ukraine, I don't have anything here. So can you help me? He said yes. He canceled he was going to another city, he canceled and start to arranging the music. And after one day, I called him, is it ready or not? Is it hard? He said, just wait a minute, and send me the music.
Wow.
He said, I finished it. So I went to one of my friends in Germany. He was a photographer. I said, I want to make a video. He said, yes, I will do it for you. I said, it's for Iran. He said, you don't need to pay anything. He was
German.
Yes, he was German. They helped me from Germany, from Netherlands. They said, if it's for your country, for Iran, for women, we will do it free for you.
Wow.
So me and Khashayar make 2 songs. And after that, I said, okay, just now I'm better.
And you didn't have the desire to really play concerts for a while too, right? You stopped
Yes, I
playing.
canceled 3 concerts. At that time, I think it wasn't necessary to have concert. We didn't need concert. But after, I think, 3 or 4 months, I saw a big depression on all Iranian in all around the world. So we need to have hope for future. I think we need concert, but not that kind of concert before. Let me tell you in Farsi. سیستم حکومتی ایران مردم ایران رو بسیار غمگین، ناراحت.
The regime in Iran have made people sad.
بدبخت دوست داره.
Yeah.
پر از
They
قصه.
want people to be feeling sad and feeling like we're the unfortunate people.
ما احتیاج به زمان داریم برای اینکه به آزادی برسیم و به موفقیت برسیم. پس ما الان اون روحیه رو لازم داریم. ما همه چیمون رو از دست دادیم، روحیه‌مون رو از دست دادیم و همون چیزی که حکومت ایران دوست داره الان و در طول 40 خورده سال براش تلاش کرد این بودش که مردم ایران مردمی غمگین، تنها و افسرده باشن.
So you're saying that it's going to take time before the revolution is complete, and that we can't please the regime by just being sad and ghamgin. But at the same time, it's a matter of it's been tough. Like this Nurus was a difficult one because on the one hand, I think we have to respect and go ahead with the tradition of Nurus. It's great. We love it. On the other hand, do we really want to be dancing and drinking and celebrating and all of that when we're so it's a tough one, right?
If this is the challenge. If you want to win, you must be strong. We must have Nurus because the regime in Iran is the enemy of Nurus. They hate Nurus. So we must have Nurus. We must have Yalda. It's not good to say we don't have Nurus, we don't have Yalda. Yes, we have, but not the same as Nurus like last year. But we have Nurus. It's a very Iranian culture. We can't quit.
Mazyar, let's come back. I mean, this past year for you, I want to get to it in terms of Ukraine, and I mean, you flee Iran, you end up in Ukraine. You have to flee Ukraine then, and so where that's all led you. But take me back first. Take me back to being a kid in the 1980s in Iran. What were you like as a young boy? If somebody were to describe young Mazyar, what would they say?
When I was a child, my father, it was at that time, there was a very bad war, if you remember, between Iran and Iraq.
Of course.
So we didn't have electricity all the day. No, it was dark.
You were in Tehran?
Yes, yes. I was living in Karaj.
Karaj.
Karaj is near Tehran.
Yeah.
So my father said, okay, kids, come here. We are 3 brothers. Come here. I want to speak about Hafiz and Ferdowsi and Khayyam. And really, at that days, it was very این فارسی بگم ریشه شعر گفتن من در روزهایی که پدر من برای ما حافظ فردوسی در اون روزهایی که برق میرفت و ما چیزی برای تفریح نداشتیم همیشه برای ما حافظ و سعدی و مولانا میخوند.
So when the electricity was out, he would read these great poems for you.
یک چراغ نفتی بود و ما زیر اون حافظ بود برای من و برای من معنی میکرد شعرها رو.
Do you think of those days now that you tell that story about your dad? I mean, the Iran-Iraq war, not only did it kill 1 million people, but it traumatized a whole generation. I mean, especially the young people going through that. You know, cousins of mine who still talk about they hear a loud noise and they get scared from that. Yeah. Do you think about that time as a bad memory, or do you think, in the basis of what you're saying about your father, do you think of nostalgically about those days being somehow positive ones?
I think for me, it's not a bad memory, but it's hard. It's terrible, but it's not a bad memory because everything.
It still makes you emotional.
Yeah. Okay, everything when I'm thinking at that days about my father is sweet. و تنها من وقتی که خواننده شدم هیچ وقت پدر من توی کنسرت من نبود. و این تنها آرزویی که بر من موند و هیچ وقتم نتونستم بهش دست پیدا کنم. یعنی دوست داشتم که یک روز پدرم هم توی کنسرت من، به خاطر اینکه من بعدش خواننده شدم. برای وقتی شما میگه اون روزهای بعد با اینکه برق نبود میشستیم با هم.
پدرت اونجا بود. Your dad died when you were 18.
Yes. یه ذره عوض بشم، فضا رو عوض بکنیم. اونایی که هنوز پدرشون کنارشون دارن قدرشو بدونن.
Yeah, I lost my father a few years ago, and I
so you can understand.
I can understand. I can understand, although I had him for longer than you had yours. You've told me once before that you love literature. You love Persian. Did you get that from your dad then?
Yes, exactly. My father was an engineer, but he loved literature. Ferdowsi, Hafiz, Khayyam, Maulana, Molavi. So he told me, you must learn literature and English. I was 8 years old. He told me, you must go to English school. The name was Tayarani English School. نمیدونم کجاست آقای تیارانی هست یا نیست. امیدوارم حالش خوب
باشه. You see, it's paying off now. If you're doing an interview in English because of those days your father made you go.
Yeah. So and I told my father, it's very hard to me learning English and Farsi together because I was 7 years old, 6 years old. He said, someday you will see that it's good for you. So today I think he was right. Because I learned English from my father in English school in Karachi.
You start to the story is that you start playing guitar when you're 15.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me is if I do the math, that's around 1990, and those first 10 years after the Islamic Revolution, nobody, I mean, not only because was there no music and nobody could play music, there weren't even any instruments anywhere.
Yes,
I'm so curious how you found a guitar.
I found a guitar. It was from my uncle. He gave me a guitar. It wasn't very good guitar, but really I was happy I have a guitar. So the guitar was forbidden in the street. I put it in a something cover and put some bread on it like this, that I was in the
carrying bread.
Yes, carrying bread like this. And someday soldier said, so come here, what's that? I said, it's bread. I said, I want to look at him. And he broke my guitar. It was a soldier.
Oh my God.
It was he said, it's guitar, it's forbidden also, and he broke my guitar.
Oh my God.
And again I fixed it again, but it wasn't like that before. We say it wasn't in tune. I practiced with that guitar for I think 5 years.
With the broken guitar.
With the broken.
Oh my God! What a story.
And but I love that guitar. I still have it, but it's in. I think it's in Ukraine in the studio, and I'm waiting for stop the war and bring it to. I don't know, Germany, Canada.
How did you fall in love with the guitar? Where did you even see somebody playing the guitar in the context of 1980s Iran?
When I was a little child, we didn't have a very good system for listening to. We had gramophone. So I had a picture on a gramophone. I think it was Tom Jones. So I saw Tom Jones. I started with Tom Jones, Darius.
Not known for the guitar, Tom Jones, but known for his dancing and his
I said,
chest. But
yes.
yeah.
I said, it's Tom Jones. I started with Tom Jones. After that, I realized that I really love guitar. So I was playing Tom Jones, and it was a little rock. I said, what can I do with this? I didn't have anything. So I had Tom Jones, Haide, Babak Bayat. It was so many different, so Jian Ghomeshi, and a group was the name Golden Bring, something like that, and classic music. So it was a mixture of music. So but the first time, as all the young boys, Faramaz Aslani was my favorite. So I loved guitar with him.
Right. So you had some, and did
not all the boys in Iran, all the girls, they love Faramaz Aslani, so we love guitar.
Well, he was so handsome. How could you not love him? And those great songs.
I love songs.
Did you teach yourself to play?
At the first, yes.
And how?
Because
so you must have known from an early age that you have a facility, like that you were going to be a good musician. You must have felt it somehow, huh?
At that
like
time,
میدونستی that you were going to become this good a musician.
Yes,
you did.
I know. I want to tell the audience that they listen to us. If you want to be someone, everything, a good engineer, a good doctor, a good singer, if you want a superstar, first of all, you must be a superstar in your mind. So this is the first step. After that, you must have a good decision. Just do it. If you want to be, just do it. But in your dreams and in your mind, I was thinking about, yes, I can be a superstar. I will be on a stage. And I practiced by myself when I was alone. I practiced like this. Okay, this is a stage. Think about the people are here. I start to singing without میشه غلط نزنیم. هیچ نوت اشتباهی نداشته باشیم.
No, make no mistakes.
So if with no mistakes. So I start to practice at the first time, in first lessons, I imagine that I'm on a stage without mistake. And I practice by myself like this.
But what's amazing about that is there wasn't anybody on stage in Iran at that time.
No.
So you're not just imagining something that would be extraordinary for a kid growing up in LA. You're also imagining something that doesn't even exist in the country that you're living in at the time.
این فارسی بگم. من احساس وظیفه می‌کردم که باید تو ایران موسیقی کار بکنیم. Before the revolution, we had very nice music, good singers, educated and very professional, like Varujan. We had very beautiful music, good singers. But after the revolution, all of them, they went to the USA or the other countries. So
or they had to stay silent in Iran,
Yes, like so many
Gugush,
singers, So after, I think 20 years after revolution, they start to let the singers come on, because they need them. They said they need them, so they used singers. But I was thinking different. I said that no, we need music in this country, so I must stay and work here for the people. So I love them. So I started to learning music and composing. And so I said, I think it's okay for concert, and I start working.
Now, before we get to that, though, you also end up doing a degree in industrial engineering. Not something that a lot of rock stars growing up in the West end up doing. But I think, if I have the story correctly, you did that as an ode to your father, right? Your father died, and you pledged to get this degree. Is that what?
My father was an engineer too, and my brothers, they're engineer. So I promised to my father I will be an engineer. After that, I went to university, industrial engineer, and when I was a student, all the time I was practicing music in the university. And the university, they knew me. They all of them, they know that I'm guitar player.
They knew you're not going to be an engineer.
Yes.
But you end up going and getting a degree in engineering. It's such an amazing Persian thing.
So after I finished school, I finished the university, I start to again going to music classes. And I find a master. Really, I love him. He's very good teacher. His name is Hamid Reza Dibazar. And I learned so many things from him for life and music, both together.
There's something amazing about you in those, as you go into your 20s and you're working in music, is that you kind of create something that there wasn't a lot of in Iran, which is that you're not just a performer. You know, you start to sing, you start to play, but you also are a composer. But you're composing, you're writing lyrics, you're writing the words and the music. You're a songwriter.
Yes.
And now there are some that, I mean, Farmaz Aslani actually would be an example of one who actually wrote his own songs. But for the most part, that didn't really exist, especially in popular music in Iran. There's either singers, and then there's the people who write the songs for them. And even when they write the songs, there's one guy writing the music and another person writing the lyrics. Yeah. Tell me about how you developed as a songwriter.
You know, in Farsi, we don't have songwriter. I don't know how we can translate it to Farsi. We don't have songwriter.
Ahangsaz? No, that's
Ahangsaz is composer.
Music.
Yes.
Right.
We don't have songwriter because usually they get lyrics from one person, another. But if you work as a team, for example, someone write the lyrics, someone make music, and someone sing. When they are as a team, they are one person. It's good.
Yeah.
Like Isfanyar Munfarizadeh, Farhad, and Shahriyar Ghanbari.
Right.
They are together. They are a team. They are exactly a songwriter together.
Right.
So, but just know it's not good to say. But it's like a business. I buy. It's not supermarket to buy music.
Yes.
Go to a studio, arrange it for me. It's like a supermarket.
Well, not everybody can write. I mean, that's the thing.
So I decided to learn how to write, how to play, because I think it's real art. It's not like a buy. I can buy arrangement. I can buy.
Let me ask you something. How did you feel so confident that you could do that? In other words, there's, you know, the greats. There's the someone like Ebi or some of these famous people are not writing all the music and lyrics. How does a young Mazyar think, you know what, I'm going to do this all myself, and I'm going to teach myself the guitar and the broken guitar, and I'm going to.
You know, my favorite singer and musician was Siawash Ghomeshi and Bijan Mortazavi. They are very, very good artists and nice musician. He play violin. He's a musician.
Yes.
He knows about it.
Yes.
He's educated from music.
Yes.
So my favorite was, for example, I love the composers. For example, I love who compose in Iranian. They say composer. For example, Babak Bayat. I love them. So I was thinking that I must write the music, but I compose and write the lyrics together. For example, I'm on the piano, and with paper and pencil. So I sing and write together. It comes, I don't know how.
They both come at the same time?
Yes, at the same time.
Wow.
I don't know how.
Wow.
And I must be alone. I can do it when, for example, you are here. I can do it. Because...
you can or you cannot?
I cannot. I cannot.
You need to be alone.
I'm still in Farsi.
You're not comfortable enough with me staring at you while you do it?
Would you please help me to... No. Let me tell you a story about my childhood.
What if I was a person you were very attracted to? If I was some woman or somebody that you thought you were falling in love with, could you write then on the spot?
No.
No, you still have to go off alone.
Yes. Alone. Because I'm still in Farsi. وقتی من بچه بودم یک بچه بسیار خجالتی بودم. اینقدر خجالتی که حتی مغازه نمیتونستم برم.
Wow.
تلفن من به کسی نمیزدم.
You were super shy when you were young.
Yes, super shy. و هر موقع که منو میفرستادن خرید من استرس داشتم. این با من بود تا های سکول. من تصمیم گرفتم مشکلمو خودم حل بکنم.
This is also a pattern in your life. You see a problem and you fix it yourself.
خیلی خجالتی.
You're super
اینقدر
shy
زیاد که
all
حتی
through high
سلام
school.
نمیتونستم بکنم. پشت پدر مادرم قایم میشدم موقعی که میرفتیم جایی که سلام نکنم. هی به من مدرسه رو من با سختی رفتم. اینقدر این قضیه زیاد شد که احساس کردم دیگه از پس زندگی خودم بر نمیام. تو مدرسه، توی مغازه، توی اداره، من هنوزم دوست ندارم برم اداره. و تصمیم گرفتم این مشکل رو با موسیقی حل بکنم. یعنی اگر یک خواننده‌ای بشم که میره جلوی جمعیت میخونه، پس من دیگه نباید خجالت بکشم.
To overcome your shyness, you knew if you go into music and to be a performer, you're going to be able to, you're going to have to go on stage.
خوانندگی این قدرت رو به من داد که اون مشکلم رو حل بکنم. ولی مازیار بچگیم هنوز پشت این مازیار خواننده هست.
You can't get rid of the kid. But you don't seem shy today.
You know why I'm here? Because I was a singer. If I was Mazyar, I couldn't do this interview.
But listen, I'm very honored that you're going to sing a song for us. You're going to sing a couple songs in the studio.
Yeah, sure.
That's the kind of thing that some people won't do. Because they'll sort of go, I don't. And the reason they won't do it a lot of times is because maybe exactly. It won't sound good enough. Maybe I won't be able to mix it the way I do.
I love performing.
So you're not shy now.
No.
Not when
With
it comes
music,
to
I'm not shy. This is my power. I love it. So if you say, would you please sing a song for us? Sure, I will do it for you because I love it. My teacher, Mr. Dibazar, told me, if you find someone that you can sing for him, exactly, you must do it. You must do it because this is your life.
But there's something also interesting about you're willing to work hard and you're ambitious. Now, why do I know that? Because you just said when I'm singing a song playing the piano, you weren't a piano player at first. You learned to play the guitar. In fact, you're pretty badass on the guitar. You know when I watch you doing lead guitar riffs and stuff, I mean you're a good guitarist. But the story is, if I have this correctly, you tell me if this is that around 30 years old, somebody, I don't know if it was your teacher or somebody says to you, it was the same teacher. He says, if you're going to actually be a successful composer and songwriter, you have to do so on the piano.
Yes. It was necessary to learn it. So he told me, not a keyboard, just a piano. I said, okay, piano is very expensive. He said, no, just a piano. Because piano is another instrument, keyboard is another instrument. Because you must touch wood. You must touch a real instrument, not electronic. So it's different. I said, okay, I have a keyboard. He said, no, you must buy a piano. So I didn't have enough money to buy it, but I did it. My brother told me, okay, you need your money. I said, I will buy a house by this piano.
Wow.
He said, no, it's very expensive. You need to save your money for buying a house because everyone in Iran must buy a house, buy a car, because the money is it's not any value about the money. So I told him I will buy a house with this piano. Trust me. And it happened. Really, it happened. And I bought a piano and I started to.
How big was this piano that you bought?
About the price or
no,
the
how
size.
big was it? Was it like
we say
apartment kind of piano or like a?
No, it was a normal, not very big. It was a grand hall. It wasn't a grand hall. It was a normal piano.
But probably still very expensive.
Yes.
You put all your savings into this piano.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then I started to practice 11 hours in a day. So I have a problem in my neck. Here and here.
11 hours a day.
11 hours in a day. I wanted to.
So you couldn't be working while you're playing. You don't have another job. This is.
I quit the job. I had a shop in Tehran. I said, okay, I never go there because I want to practice music. And my wife said, okay, you can do everything you want. And she helped me. She helped me all the days.
Wow.
She cooked for me and said, okay. You didn't eat. I said, okay, I will do it. And practice because I wanted to go to the university with piano. It didn't happen. I didn't go to university, but instead of university, I became a singer. It was good for me.
But how did you 11 hours a day?
Yes.
I mean, were your fingers bleeding? I mean, that's a
but I had
neck.
very bad. Yes, my neck.
Did you get? I mean, you're an amazing piano player now. Did that happen quickly, or was it a slow? How fast was your growth as a piano player?
I was playing keyboard before. I knew a little about the piano, but I need to practice for university, for examination in the university. So I start to play classic, or classic is not the good word for that. Classic. I choose style in Baroque. The Baroque, it's about we have so many centuries, and so it's about classic, romantic, and modern. And before that, the Baroque, I choose Bach for playing, and Bach was very hard, and the Fugues was hard.
And again, are you teaching yourself, or this time you have somebody helping you? Or you have a teacher?
Just now,
no, with piano. Did you learn by yourself, or
I had a teacher.
Okay,
I had a teacher, but he, for example, he teach me for 1 hour, and after that, for
the other 10 hours
practice because it was a big lesson. Right. So I practiced for 1 year. After 1 year, I stopped. He said, "Okay, it's enough for university. You're hurting yourself."
Yes.
So after that, I came back to guitar. And again, I continue my.
Well, soon after that, I mean, you've been composing, and soon after that, and it's around when you're, I guess, about 31 years old or something. You have what we would call is your big break, which is that you become very famous for singing and writing the film score for a film called Majnoon Layli.
Yes.
I want to play a little bit of the song Layli from that score. Please take it away.
من از تبار خستگی بی خبر از دل بستگی عاشقم لب شدم صدا شدی شاه شدم گدا شدی شعر شدم قلم شدی عشق شدم تو غم شدی لیلای من دریای من آسوده در رویای من این لحظه در هوای تو گم شده در صدای تو من عاشقم مجنون تو گم گشته در بارون تو.
There you go, a little taste of the piece Majnoon Layli from the film score of the film of the same name. How big a life change was it for you after that film came out? How much did it affect your life?
At first, really, it was nice to me. I loved that days, but at the first time they told me, okay, we can buy your album, you can release an album, but I love to make composing film music. So for 4 years, I was a film music composer. And till this a serial very famous, the name is Qalb Yakhi. After Qalb Yakhi, I think the producer told me that we can have album, we can release the album of Qalb Yakhi. So I said yes, it's very nice. A movie, an album of a film.
Yes.
It is my favorite. It was my favorite.
Yes.
So I was very happy. I said, okay, ارزششو داشت که 4 سال صبر
بکنم. It was worth it. It was worth
4 سال صبر بکنم، خواننده نباشم، آهنگساز فیلم باشم، ولی یک آلبوم موسیقی فیلم منتشر بکنم. So after Qalb Yakhi, it was for me like an explosion. Everyone knows me in the street. It was very big.
Qalb Yakhi, of course, has the song Roqe that we played at the beginning, but it also has this song, Roqe Studio. Let me just play a little bit of this one.
واسه دیدن بارون اشکا دوباره خاطره هامو سوزوندم ولی تو اینجا نبودی ببینی چجوری پای نگاه تو موندم تو نبودی که ببینی دلم رو چجوری عاشق عشق تو مونده منی که بی تو یه لحظه نبودم که دل خاطره ها تو شکونده میون رنگ عجیب نگاهه یه کمی فاصله مونده تا دریا تا دل خسته نفس به نفس شه تو بیا واقعی شد خود رویا واسه یه دیدن ساحل چشما همه یه دار و ندارم و میدم واسه یه شادی قلبت عزیزم
A little taste of the song Roqe Studio. from that album Qalb Yaqi that comes out in 2011, the first album by Mazyar. Tell me about that song.
The producer said all your songs in the album is sad songs and love songs. Do you have anything a little with a beat? We need something. I said, yes, I can do it. So he said, I need another song. All our album is very sad, is very lovely. I said, this is my style. I love these songs. He said, no, please give me one song with a beat. So I made this one, and I got help from my friend Amin Bamshad, and we wrote the lyrics together. And I told him, this is the beat. I said, okay, I will write it on it. So I made this one, and I thought, okay, is it good? He said, yes, wonderful, I love it. So I was happy. I said, okay, the producer is happy, so I'm happy.
It's interesting, this album comes out and now you're really becoming a star in Iran, even as much as you can become a star in Iran. That we'll get to that. But what's interesting to me is, as you say, it makes it all worth it. The putting your money into buying the piano, all the time that you spend practicing, etc. But you're actually in your mid-30s. To become a singer in your mid-30s, some people would say that's not you have to start when you're much younger.
Yeah. Yes.
What is the lesson in that? What's the lesson for people out there? That
if you help me, I tell in Farsi. Would you please translate
sure,
in English?
Yeah,
because it's
yeah.
very important. وقتی که من شروع کردم موسیقی رو از سن پایین شروع کردم، اما برای اینکه خواننده بشم احساس کردم نیاز هست که باید خیلی چیز یاد بگیرم. اول باید مهندس می شدم که به قول کتاب به پدرم داده بودم عمل می کردم و بعد باید می رفتم دنبال موسیقی. بعد از این قسمت
When you started music you were quite young, but it occurred to you that if you had to be a singer there was lots that you had to do before you became a singer, including going and getting your degree in industrial engineering.
بعد از اون من رفتم پیش استاد موسیقیم و 8 سال بدون یک جلسه که غیبت بکنم و سر کلاس نرم، 8 سال هر هفته من رفتم کلاس و بعد از 8 سال به من گفت you must have more experience out of this class. He was really master. So when he told me go and have experience, my life changed. He said stop learning, go and have experience what's happening in the society. بنابراین من کلاس رو ترک کردم. 8 سال هم اونجا طول کشید. سن 30 تا 34 سالگی بودم و من اولین آهنگم رو ساختم. 4 سالم صبر کردم براش و یک اتفاقی برای من در زندگی افتاد که این رو به همه میگم. اگر میخواید یک آرتیست باشید، میخواید یک استار باشید، میخواید یک سوپر استار باشید، میخواید یک پزشک موفق باشید، برای این کار هیچ وقت دیر نیست. هیچ وقت دیر نیست.
Well, it's never too late if you want to. What if unless you want to be a football player?
Yeah, a football player. No, it's not. It's not physical. It's not about physical. We were talking about maybe in bodybuilding. Yes, you can be a bodybuilder. When you are 15 years or 16 years old, you can be a good bodybuilder. ولی چیزی که میخوام بگم یک جمله جالبی که خودم بهش رسیدم. شما میخوای پیانیست بشی. به نظر من برای اینکه یک پیانیست خوب بشی شاید 3 سال 4 سال کافی باشه برای اینکه بتونی تمرین بکنی. اگر 50 سالت هست in 54 years old you are a good pianist. So
if you work hard.
هیچ وقت دیر نیست. It's not necessary to work hard and hard. I think only 2 hours in a day is enough.
Okay.
4 years, 2 hours.
Some people would consider 2 hours a day a lot, but okay.
Yes, 2 hours, but not 2 hours. For example, from 1 to, for example, 11 to 1 o'clock.
Okay.
You must have device. For example, half an hour. After that, you can rest.
Rest. Another half an hour.
2 hours later, half an hour. این تنها راهشه. شما میتونید روزی 2 ساعت موسیقی کار بکنید 4 سال شما یک پیانیست خوب خواهید بود. میتونید حتی روی استیج بیاید. من یک ورکشاپ موسیقی الان در آلمان دارم انجام میدم. در فکر میکنم چند روزهای آینده فکر کنم 15 این 15 اپریل. برای همین هر کس که میخواد موزیسین بشه یا کار موسیقی بکنه میتونه بیاد، چه بلد باشه چه بلد نباشه. سنش بالا باشه سنش پایین باشه. دوست
it.
دارم این ورکشاپ رو در تورنتو هم بیارم
که
بیایم به همراه دکتر ثابتیان با هم انجام میدیم. من میخوام بگم که آقا من کسی هستم که خودم در سن 40 سالگی تازه روی استیج بودم. شروع کارم 40 سالگی بود و در 40 سالگی دیر نبود.
But it's also a different mindset to go from being a writer and a composer to being the person in the front. You know, there's again back to the Iranian tradition. We have Iraj Janati Atai, we have Farid Zolan. These guys are the people behind the scenes, and then the person on the stage is Ebi, or right? You're making that transition. It occurs to me with Qalb Yahi from being the guy who writes all this stuff to also being the face and the voice and the person who's in the front of it. Was that a difficult transition for you? To be the star, to be the guy who's on the stage?
Yeah. No, because I love to be on stage. When you love something, you do it well. It's not important what's happening in the past or in the future. So I was happy because وقتی که یک کاری رو دوست دارید انجام بدید اون رو انجام بدید.
If you're passionate about something,
در هر سنی، در هر زمانی، با هر گذشته‌ای و هر آینده‌ای اصلا مهم نیست.
Okay, so here's the paradox. The paradox is as Mazyar Fallahi becomes a big star in Iran or becomes famous, your songs become famous, it also becomes harder and harder to actually do what you love with the consent of the regime, of the government. So first of all, there's this story that you're at one point you're playing a show and the Gasht Ershad comes and arrests half the audience, and tell me what happens there.
At that time, at the first time, I think it was the reason. I think it was the reason. I couldn't find any reason for it. They attacked to our concert, and they arrest all the people in salon. When I went in the salon, no one was there, and they arrest my mother.
On your mother?
Yes.
On what basis were they arresting people? Chera.
I think it was a show to show the people what is Gasht Ershad. You can see we go to concert and arrest more than 700 people. And they told me, I said, okay, we cancel the concert. Stop arresting the people. Oh, we cancel. He said, you can't cancel it. You must go and sing. I said, no, I can't because can you see what's happening here? He said, if you cancel the concert, the people comes to street because the Burj Milad is near the Hemmat highway. He said, if you say the people they cancel, more than 2,000 angry people come to street in the Hemmat highway. They say you are Saran Ikhtishash. This was the sentence. You know what's Ikhtishash? They say Ikhtishash.
No, I don't actually know what's
Ikhtishash. They say to the people, they comes. We say Eteraz, they say Ikhtishash.
You're going to cause a riot.
Yes. Yeah. So we will arrest you. And the sentence what we put you in the guni.
But what is the I'm asking what did they say they're arresting people for? What were people doing wrong? I mean,
I don't know. We don't have anything in English word. They say mantoy jolobaz.
I see. People weren't wearing the right
because document nadare. And my mother was helping the people she was helping them to close them and say, okay, that lady, come here. You're helping the people. They arrest my mother because she was helping them, and I didn't know all of that. I went to the salon. They say you have to do the concert. So I was crying and I was singing.
Also, when you're writing music at this point, you have to keep thinking, especially as you become more famous, you have to keep considering what's going to be acceptable to Ershad to allow you to record these records, right? Does that must be difficult as a writer? Because you're constantly kind of trying to figure out what's going to be allowed and what isn't going to be allowed.
Yes, always we had this problem. Always, در ایران شما با سختی بزرگ میشی. بنابراین تمام این سختی ها رو میپذیری و زندگی میکنی. من با سختی کنسرت میدادم. چرا که مثل مردمان کره شمالی فکر میکنیم زندگی همینه، ما باید سختی بکشیم.
خب مازیار چرا مثلا at the age of 30 no one would blame you if you like many other musicians would have left Iran. I mean why did you choose to stay?
من فکر می‌کردم که وظیفه منه که در ایران بمونم و موسیقی رو نگه دارم. به خاطر اینکه ما بعد از انقلاب دیگه موسیقی نداشتیم. همه چیز زیرزمینی بود یا از موسیقی که از لس آنجلس می آمد ما گوش می‌کردیم و از اونها یاد می‌گرفتیم. مثلا من سیاوش قمیشی گوش می‌دادم، دوست داشتم و موسیقی ما از اونجا می آمد. در داخل ایران اتفاقی نمی افتاد. کم کم ما خودمون یاد گرفتیم، تلاش کردیم، گیتار رو توی پارچه میپیچیدیم. من وظیفه داشتم این کارو بکنم. من این کارو ادامه دادم تا زمانی که یک آهنگی ساختم. من عاشق بزرگترین بازیگر مرد ایران، این جمله درستی اگه بگم، بهروز وثوقی بودم و هستم.
Your favorite actor, Behruz Vosughi. You end up writing a song with his name in it, right?
وقتی که اسم بهروز وثوقی رو دادم که ارشاد مجوز بگیره، گفت آهنگتو مجوز میدم، بهروز وثوقیشو در بیار. توی شعر من میگه منو محکم بغلم کن، توی جاده تو شلوغی همسفر شو با خیالم مثل بهروز وثوقی. من یک فیلمنامه نوشتم به خاطر این آهنگ. داستان یک دختری بودش که 6 ماه زنده است توی این قصه و تنها آرزوی زندگیش اینه که در جاده چالوس موتور سواری بکنه، چیزی که برای دختران ممنوعه. و این آهنگ قسمت پایانی این فیلم بود که میگفت منو مثل بهروز وثوقی منو بغل کن، مثل بهروز وثوقی با گوش و اینجوری موتور سواری بکنه.
The famous shot of them doing that.
چون اجازه نداشتم با عشقش و دوست پسرش این موتور سواری رو بکنه، من برادرش رو در داستان مأمور کردم که این سواری رو.
But so you can do this part in English, I'm sure. So the violation was just naming his name, Behruz Vosughi?
Yes, the name of Behruz Vosughi was the problem. They said, okay, censor this one.
Yeah.
You can sing. It's okay.
And you refused to do that?
No. 3 years really, I fight for it. I said, okay, I will give you money. Give it to me. Give it the permission. They said no. I went 1 time, 3 times more, and after 3 years they said no. One of my friends, they say I can get the permission, come with me. And we went to Ershad. I was there, I think we wait behind the room or more than 6 hours. They say okay, we will tell you. After 6 hours a lady came out. Oh, why were you waiting here? I saw we are waiting for permission this song. They say no one is in the room. They left 6 hours later. I said, oh, we are waiting for an empty room. They said, yes.
Wow.
They're laughing to you. So I told him, this song for me is very important. It's not exactly about the name of Behruz Vosughi. It's about me.
The principle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't like to censor anymore. I will go to another country and to release the music without censoring. I don't like it anymore. So I went to Ukraine. Ukraine have this really is a very beautiful country with a lovely.
Did you go to Kiev? Where were you?
I was in Kiev.
Yeah.
I was in Kiev, and the name the name is Abalon, and I was living in Abalon, and really Ukraine had very nice musician. I was working with them. I was happy. I released this song. The name is Arezu with Behruz Vosughi, and it has a video. I made the video in Ukraine with 2 actor and actress. They were Ukrainian. I think it's the best, my best video.
اومدم کنار دریا دوباره تنها گفتم این بار نمیام دوباره رسیدم اینجا کاش میشد بگذره با تو تا ابد اینطوری هر روز با یه آهنگ قدیمی وسط جاده چالوس آخر هفته که میشه دوباره دیوونه میشم تو رو ترک خیالم.
But 2 steps back, in Iran, it's not just about the censorship. It's also about the fact that there's a limit to how much you can become a star in Iran. When I was researching for this interview, I was asking actually the Bachar, the team here, like, because they kept on saying, oh, you know, Mazyar is very famous in Iran. I said, well, I can't really find any, you know, normally if somebody says Lady Gaga's famous, you go on YouTube and there's videos with millions and millions of views, and there aren't that many videos of you from those previous years. And they said, well, why would he make videos in Iran? Because where are you going to see the videos? What can you put in the video? I mean, it's the whole thing's kind of a disaster, right? So it demonstrated to me the limitations, even when you were well known in Iran. There's only so much you can become a pop star, right?
Yes. I must tell you something. I think no one tell. It's my opinion. I don't know it's right or not. It's not. You know, after 10 years, they start thinking that we need music, because the regime. Let me tell you in Farsi. وقتی شما رو احتیاج دارن ازتون استفاده میکنن. یک سری خواننده به وجود بیارن against the Los Angeles. Against them
to compete with the LA. Yeah.
I think it's my opinion. I don't know it's right or not. They say, okay, they are here. We make some
build some kind of an industry inside Iran.
اونها یک سری خواننده رو اجازه دادن که کار بکنن برای اینکه ازشون استفاده بکنن و مقابل این لس آنجلس قرار بدن، موسیقی که از اونجا می آمد، و شروع کردن پروبال تا جایی که نیاز دارن. از جایی که نیاز ندارن شما رو میندازن بیرون یا مجوز
کی نیاز ندارن. When do they no longer need you?
احساس میکنن که خب این موسیقی ها گل کرد، اومد بالا، اینجا مثلا جلوی اینا وایساد، میگن خب این خواننده رو میذاریم کنار، بهش مجوز
They don't want you to become too big a star.
Yes. It has a limit.
Because what? You become a threat somehow?
No, there is only for them, there is one star. It is Rahbar. We don't have any star.
You don't, you don't want a rock star to become bigger than the supreme leader.
We have two football teams, Persepolis and Istiqlal. Both of them they are for regime, for government, because they are afraid of the fans. So they can control the football, they can control the music, they love to control.
So are they watching, like if they see Mazyar's becoming too famous on Instagram, or he's getting too many likes, or he's getting too many people are listening to it, now that we've got to sort of stop him?
I was happy that, it's happening to me, everything is good. But after Gasht Irshad, they attacked to our concert, one of my friends told me, okay, it's a message for you. You're growing up. This is one stop for you. It was a message to me that you're growing. So they want to stop me, and always they call you. Okay, come to Wazarat Etellaat and say, you know what to do. You know, before every concert we have a meeting between I don't know, you know, between Amaken, Police Amniyat.
I don't know anything about this
police,
stuff. It freaks me out. I honestly, it's crazy to me, all of this.
من قبل از هر کنسرت باید میرفتم اونجا و یک سری صحبت ها انجام میشد و یه اجازه اون کنسرت رو میگرفتم برای هر اجرا. We need permission for every concert.
مثلا چی? They say which songs are you going to sing? And
yes, the songs, the behavior.
What are you going to wear? Your hair is too.
They never told me anything about hair. I don't know why. Because it's white hair. I think they say it's okay. They never told me about my hairs. But in TV, always they told me you must put your hair on your
inside your shirt.
Inside your shirt. They say it was very hard because it was very bad. The shape was very bad. It was like this. But they never told me, your hair is a problem. But before every concert, they say, okay, come to police Amniyat, come to Hirasat, and we must get so many permission. And the problem, music is very, very harder than the cinema in Iran, because when you get permission for a film, you can show this movie in every city, but for every city concert, you must get another permission. You say, okay, I have permission for this album, so I can perform it in, for example, Bandar Abbas. They say no. Bandar Abbas, another permission. In Tabriz, another.
Yes.
And for example, in Yazd, you can sing this one. This is very happy music. You can sing this in it. This is here. In this city, you can sing. and every permission for every city, and so we have so many problems there.
Let me ask you, do you be honest, you know, do you wish you had left Iran sooner?
No. Because really I love that people. And so when I'm in Canada in concert, but I miss them. رابطه من با کسایی که می اومدن کنسرت من خیلی فرق داشت. خیلی. آدمایی که می اومدن به کنسرت من بسیار آدمای ایموشنالی بودن. خیلی. و من یک رابطه قلبی بسیار عمیقی با اونهایی که می اومدن کنسرت داشتم. اونها همه مثل خانواده من بودن. من اونها رو از دست دادم.
How difficult is it to not be there now?
خب این من ایرانی‌ها رو اینجا می‌بینم. اونم خیلی عشق داره. خیلی از به هر حال هنوز با مردم ایران من در ارتباطم. این خوش خیلی به من کمک میکنه که این بتونم دوباره تو این کنسرت ها هم دیگه رو ببینیم. به هر حال مردم ایرانن همیشه و این خیلی به من عشق میده.
خب اونایی که اینجا هم هستن مثلا ما میخوایم تو ایران باشیم. Many of us can't go, you know.
این مشکلی که ما همه داریم. ولی من دلم براشون تنگ میشه. من 40 خورده سال از عمرم اونجا زندگی کردم. در اصل ریشه من اونجاست. و من حتی خداحافظی نکردم. من روزی که از ایران اومدم از هیچ کس خداحافظی نکردم. مثل خیلی هستن که حتی خداحافظی نکردن از ایران. حالا ممکنه بعضیا بگن خب خودت خواستی. آره من خواستم، من خودم خواستم. ولی نمیتونم بگم که کاری که الان که اینجام دلم تنگ نمیشه. چرا نمیشه؟ حتی من فکر میکردم برمیگردم، ولی اوکراین جنگ شد و همینجور من کشور به کشور رفتم و اتفاقی که برای من یک درسی برای من داشت جنگ اوکراین که زندگی اون شکلی نیستش که ما بیایم بگیم حالا این کارو میخوام بکنم، بعد ما دیگه نمیدونیم چه اتفاقاتی در زندگی
You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow.
دیگه نمیدونیم. و من احساس میکنم که به بزرگترین آرزویی که در زندگیم داشتم رسیدم. خوانندگی نبود. اون رابطه قلبی که بین من و آدم‌ها برقرار شد، این خواسته این من بود تو زندگیم اتفاق افتاد. و من دوست داشتم که آهنگ‌هایی که میخونم دل‌های آدم‌ها به هم عاشق بشن، قصه هاشون رو فراموش کنن یا هر چیز دیگه. من به این آرزو رسیدم. الان دیگه چیزی برای خودم نمیخوام. من یه دختر 15 ساله دارم و
آخه you're such a you really are a very modest guy. You know you don't seem like you don't seem to have a big ego. You don't seem like to think I'm a star. I mean, and in meeting you just seem like a somebody who isn't as angry or bitter as you could be. I mean, I understand right now you live in Germany. You live in a small city. You said earlier in this interview you don't have a lot there. You don't have all your things that you didn't bring everything out of Iran.
No, I don't have anything.
You don't have anything. Well, I mean, there's somebody who might say, you know, I'm a person that all these Iranians can sing my songs and they know who I am and I've been a big star, and if I was in America all this time or in London or in Toronto and a Canadian singer, I would have a massive castle and I would have, you know, drivers and I would have all this money. And do you ever get angry that you have been denied all of those things, that you don't have some rich lifestyle because you're a star?
نه ببینید من خیلی زندگی خوبی داشتم در ایران. الان هم در حقیقت اگر بگم من هیچ چیزی غیر از همون ارتباط عاطفیم با مردم و خوانندگیم هیچی ندارم. و خیلی ها میگفتن که آقا کنسرت ندید، مثلا شما که وضعتون خوبه فلان. گفتم حداقل اگر به همه خواننده ها بگید همه چی دارید یه مدتی کنسرت ندید، من شاملش نمیشم، چون واقعا من همه چیزم از دست دادم و نیاز دارم که کار بکنم به خاطر خانواده‌ام. بنابراین فکر میکنم که تمام چیزایی که گفتن به من نگفتن، چون من هر آنچه که داشتم، حالا در اوکراین من خونه منم آسیب دیده است الان و شاید با یکی از همون پهپادهایی که حکومت ایران بهشون داده خونه منم زده باشه. نمیدونم، چون آسیبی که خورده، حالا آسیب در حدی نبود که کلش از بین بره، ولی خب منم نیاز دارم که کار بکنم. ولی خب برای من همه اینها یک درسه که نه، من الان واقعا دنبال هیچ چیز خاصی نیستم و فکر میکنم که تنها چیزی که دوست دارم در زندگی بهم برگرده همون روزهای شادی که با مردم داشتم. من اگر مردم خوشحال نباشن من خوشحال نیستم، بنابراین چیزی برای من نداره. شما الان به من خونه، ماشین، بهترین امکانات، ثروت به من بده، ولی میبینم که مردم زیاد خوشحال نیستن. وقتی اونا حالشون خوب نیست من هیچ چیزی برام قشنگ نیست و احساس نمی‌کنم که جدا از احساسات اونا هستم. ما شب و روزمون دیگه داره با هم میگذره. هر اتفاق تلخی که در ایران میفته به من اثر میذاره. خیلی نمیتونم بگم مهم نیست. من شاید خیلی غمگین تر میشدم اگر یک زندگی خیلی خیلی خوبی هم الان خارج از ایران داشتم، بیشتر من غمگین می‌کرد. همین الان کنسرتی که با استاد بیژن مرتضوی داریم برگزار میکنیم، داریم تلاش میکنیم که به ایران کمک بکنیم و با این ایده اصلا شروع شد که این کنسرت کمک بکنه. حالا من هنوز روابطی دارم که میتونن کمک بکنن. دکتر ثابتیان هنوز پزشکایی داره که دارو بفرستیم کمک بکنیم. این بیشتر منو خوشحال میکنه تا چیزهای دیگه. بنابراین اون چه که در پیش رو دارم، داشتن نداشتن و میدونم که توانایی که دارم دوباره زندگیمو بسازم. باید این کارو بکنم به خاطر دخترم. ولی یک اتفاقی برای من افتاد و برای که من درس خوبی برای من داشت. When we were moving from Ukraine to Poland, it was long line of cars, more than 40 kilometers.
To get out.
Yes, to get out. Without food, without water, and I didn't have gasoline and gas or petrol, nothing. And I didn't know what's happened in the future. It was very cold. I look at the people, all the children, they were in the street in the cold weather. I said, come to our car. We can sit together. We have enough place. And I was very, very worried about the gasoline and petrol. And my daughter told me, oh, I'm sorry because I think I know I'm very emotional, but not too much.
It's okay. It's okay.
So because I want to be myself. I don't like to say, okay, no, let's have fun.
Don't control yourself. It's
no,
okay.
but it's hard to me. Always I'm crying and nervous. So my daughter said, Daddy, don't worry. I'm okay. We can go on foot. We can go. It's not. We don't need to have a car. We can go together 40 kilometers. Okay, 1 day, 2 days. Don't worry about me. I said, okay. I'm happy. بزرگ شد و خیال من راحت شد که تو دیگه میفهمی منو و به من دلداری داد. گفتش که مهم نیست اگر بنزین تموم شد، تو نگران منی که من تو خیابون مثلا 40 کیلومتر تو سرما باید برم. منو بغل کرد گفت پیاده میری. اینقدر من حالم خوب شد، ریلکس شدم. گفتم اوکی، بچه من بزرگ شد توی همین لحظات. شاید در یک لحظه، در یک ثانیه این اتفاق افتاد. با من آب و غذامون رو با اوکراینیا قسمت کردیم اونجا. من خیلی آب همراهم بود، به خاطر که یک ایرانی همیشه میدونه که در زمان سختی باید آب همراهش داشته باشه. من خیلی آب همراهم بود، غذا زیاد مهم نبود. بعد ماشین پشتی بچهش گریه میکرد، احتیاج به آب داشت. بهشون گفتم که شما بچه کوچیک داری، من آب میخوام. ما آب تموم کردیم. گفتم من 6 تا باکس آب دارم. باز کردم، سری بهشون دادم به خاطر بچه‌هاشون. و اون گفت شما غذا دارین؟ گفتم نه، ما غذا نیاوردیم و ما ایرانی‌ها تون ماهی داریم ولی باید بجوشونیم، میترسیم بخوریم. گفتم فقط همینو دارم، نمیدونم تاریخش مال کیه. گفتش که ما غذا داریم، میتونیم بهتون غذا بدیم. You can and they help each other together. We helped each other. So I said I don't have enough gasoline and I don't have enough petrol. They said okay, you can go find. We will keep your place here. I went and find because it was dangerous to a gas station because they attacked to gas station.
Yeah.
So I went and find very quick. I said, okay, you have, I think 4 gallon or 1 gallon. He said, yes. Okay, come. I have it. Don't worry about it.
I'm so grateful that you've been here to do this, have this conversation, to be in our studio. It means so much to me. I've been moved by you emotionally. I've learned from you. I appreciate you. I thank you so much.
So I must apologize about my emotional. It's because من باور دارم که مردها و زنها باید اگر احساساتی دارن نشون بدن.
Yes.
این نشون میده که شما راست میگید. صداقت در همینه. اگر من الان خودم رو کنترل بکنم در حقیقت احساساتم رو به دروغ بیان کردم.